Hey, what's up, YouTube? G-body lovers, 84 Cutlasses, Regals, Monte Carlos. I love them all. This is my baby, 84 Cutlass Supreme, Brougham. She only got 58,000 miles on her. This is my baby. But what we're trying to do today is wire up these, I don't know how you pronounce that, but I'm gonna say it's ZJUSDO 4x6 LED headlights. These work for Monte Carlos, Oldsmobiles, Regals. Got them off of Amazon for about 168, 170 bucks. So if you're like me, you don't like to ruin anything really original on the car as much as possible, unless you got something that you're completely restoring. But mine was pretty much in original condition. I want to upgrade these original headlights, but at the same time, I want to protect my original wiring that I have and also make it look nice and neat. So what I want to show y'all today is a quick video on how to wire these up to get your standard headlights as well as your high beams and low beams. This is not a video to show you how to hook up the LED side of it. Maybe I'll do another one that handles that portion. But this video is strictly about getting these headlights wired up fresh out of the box without messing up any of your wiring. I appreciate some of the other videos didn't really give me what I needed, so I'm gonna do my best to give what y'all need to get this done. All right, so first of all, obviously you're gonna pop your hood. Some of these older cars have a cover that's over this section. Mine didn't have that, so we're not gonna worry about that. I've already pretty much pre-removed my harnesses. This side to the inside towards the grill, that's going to be your high beams, and then toward the outside of the vehicle, that's going to be your low beams. But all the harness runs directly up the side of the vehicle, right? So I use that to expose what wiring was going where. This big green one right here, this one is for the horn, so you really don't need to mess with that. You really won't need to mess with this at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and push this back in here. So what you're gonna need to do is, first of all, pull out these harnesses. Watch your knuckles, because some of these things have been on here for 30 plus years, and they're not the easiest to get off. But I'm gonna get my hands all scratched up for you so you can see the process. So we just pull that off of there, okay? That's, again, there's only 2 wires to that, because that's your ground and that's your high beam. And you pull off your other one. Now this has 3 in it, because this is going to be your ground, your high beam, and your low beam, okay? So when you order these fresh out of the box, I'm not sure, but I don't actually remember whether I bought them together or not, but in my box, it came with these extra harnesses. And if yours didn't, or if you're thinking about buying these, make sure that these harnesses come with the set, because man, it's a game changer. All right, so first thing you're going to want to do is, I need to find a place to put this phone down. That should work. So if you can see that, first thing out of the box is you're going to want to connect this harness. This is to the outside, which is your primary headlights. And mind you, when I'm done, you won't have to do anything on the inside of the car. Your headlight switch and all of that will still work. And you'll still be able to use your blinker to actually activate your high beams and low beams. So first off, you want to connect that harness to there. All right. Now, starting with your outside harness. Actually, you know what? I messed up. Let me go back, because this is something that I did. So we're going to take off. I got to show you what I did. All right. Because what you're going to need is a small adaptation, because the reason why I'm changing this up to show you this is because, as you can see, this harness has 3 prongs, right? And then this harness has 3 prongs, or inputs, or females, if you will. And then where your high beams are, there's only 2. But on each and every one of these lights, they have 3 prongs. So you want to figure out how you're going to turn 3 into 2. All right, I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so first of all, what I did was I went to AutoZone. I do a lot of other wiring, and I'm going to show you what to get. I'm going to get some of these wire tap splices. All right, 18 to 14 gauge, you come about 20 count. Shoot, less than 10 bucks at AutoZone or wherever you can get like electrical stuff at. All right, so you're gonna want to get you a set of these. If you don't have these, you can cut into the wire if you want to, and just splice it together the same way you would speaker wire. I just did this because I have these available and I know it's going to be a clean and secure connection. But what you're going to have to do is, this is how you're going to jump. Normally, you see how that is? It's going inside the wire and it's jumping together. What we just did, what we're going to do, or what I did, or however you want to join up, is I added this portion. So these 2 connectors are going to be turned into one that's going to jump into my 2 prong. All right, so now what you're going to want to do is take your first harness, okay, take that first harness, and now the one you spliced into, and if you don't know what I did, I basically cut this head off of the other harness. I ran this wire into that. It has a stop. I don't know if you can see it in there, but it has a stop in there, and this wire will go in there and stop. And then once you clamp this down, it has a little blade in there that actually bites down into your existing wire, which then makes it a 2 to 1. All right, again, if you don't have these, you can just splice into this wire, still cut that head off, splice the wire off of it, expose the wiring, cut into this one, splice it through. You got the exact same thing. I'm going to tape all this off when I'm done. I'm not going to bother you with all of that. All right, so now we take our first headlight, which is going to be to our outside. Okay, we're going to go ahead and plug that up. It's upside down. There we go. All right. Trying to watch the camera while I'm doing it at the same time. Make sure y'all get good video. All right. So that's that, right? Now, here's your, for those of you who don't know what these colors mean, ground is obviously black. On the harness, the yellow is the low beam and the red is the high beam. Okay. Yellow is low beam, red is high beam. And that's important because on these G bodies, the outside headlight does not give you high beams. The inside headlight is the one that gives you high beams. But on these LED lights, you got high beams on both. So we want to be able to get high beams out of both headlights. That way we're getting, we're maximizing what we have. And overall, it's just going to be safer for you and me, because we out here and we don't want nobody to hit our stuff at night. We want to see where we're going. So yeah, when we click on them high beams, we want to light it up, right? That's what's up. All right, so now you're going to take your original 3-pronger, all right? And what did I say? Green is high beam on your original wiring. This tan color, that's your low beam, and that's your ground, okay? And remember, this is jumped over here to this harness, which is green for your high beam, black for your ground, okay? So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the original harness and you're gonna go right in to the ground. That's one, okay? And you're gonna take, actually, you know what, this one. You're gonna ground them both, but this is off the original harness. Okay, so this is your original harness that you spliced into. You're going ground. Just stick it right on in there. Okay, if you're worried about it coming out, you're gonna tape it off anyway. Okay, then you take your red, coming right off that harness right there. Remember, that's high beam. High beam. You're going right in. That'll probably be the bottom one. Push it in there good. You might hear a little click. That lets you know it's secure. Okay? And then you're going to take your yellow one. Remember, this is the one that you spliced into, and that's your low beam. And you're going to go right in there with that. Bam. Okay? Then you're ready for your other harness. Okay? And remember, because we just wanted, now this setup is going to give you standard headlights on all 4 of them, because you're going to do this exact same thing on the other side. All right, so here's your ground, or here's your high beam. It's going to go right into that 2-prong harness right there. Here's your ground right there. Okay, now you dress all that up and clean it up the way you're wiring, the way you want to. But now once you have that, you're ready for your second headlight. You all know how to take out the covers on the front grille. I haven't done any of that yet. I want to make sure my wiring, I like to make sure everything is in working order before I really start pulling a whole lot of stuff apart. Because I'm not a big mechanic. I'm just a guy who loves these cars, and I learn as I go, but I'm trying to share with y'all what I've learned and made things easy. All right, so now you got your second headlight, and there's your second harness, right? That's going to your high beams. So just all you got to do is plug that bad boy in there, and when you're done, you dress it up the way you want, and she's ready to go. So now what you have is your primary headlight. This is your primary headlight right here. And coming off all of the existing wire that's running up through there. And then you have your secondary, your interior one that goes right to your high beams. All right. You don't even have to have the battery hooked up. Take a step back and show you. I'm just hitting the headlights right there on your dash. Bam. There they are. Okay. Easy money. So what about my high beams? High beams are actually already on because I tested this before I made this video. That's standard. I'm clicking my blinkers right now. You know how to hit your headlights. You know how to hit your brights. Brights, low beams. High beams, low beams. Easy money. So now once you dress it all up, get your wiring the way you want it, then you're ready to install them into the original part. Remember now, this is just to hook up the plug and play side of it. Maybe on the next video, I'll show you about these and how to wire up the LED. Now the LED portion goes around there. That's all the stuff that changes colors and dances to the music and all of that. But this video here is just to show you how to wire these up. Simple and plain, real easy. I hope it helps. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back soon with the next one. Y'all be easy. G-Body love.